Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome or welcome back to Billy Goat's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl, Billy Goat, and we got a message for you. Okay, welcome to your Capricorn and Chosen One channel. Let's get into these timeless messages. Okay, so Holy Spirit, Yahweh, Yeshua the Christ, uncloaked, uncontaminated, uncompromised. What do we have? What do we have here for our Capricorns and Chosen Ones to know? Now, keyword, the title. Okay, so we can just start off with that. Some of you guys are wondering why you are, either you or maybe a family member or a friend, keep experiencing having different experiences, and maybe it's more frequently than just like regular adversities. Like, dang, I know trials and tribulations exist. However, like, what's going on? Why does it feel like, I can't speak up? Or why does it feel like, you know, things that I do that require speaking, is being tampered with or some degree, right? Um, Also, deleting, right? If you see the title, deleting. So, if you guys have been wondering, like, why do I keep seeing unalived animals on the ground? Why do I keep seeing, you know, livelihood, different elements in people? Why do I keep hearing about losses and so on and so forth, right? And don't get it twisted. We do have to balance spirituality with practicality. Okay, hold on. All right. Now, we do have to balance spirituality with practicality. However, you have to pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronicities, right? Because if you're spiritual, then you know that typically there is no such thing as coincidences, only signs, symbols, and synchronicities, right? Because we're spiritual beings having a humanistic experience, and the idea is that that is a part of that. However, free will, okay? So, somebody and or a coven, and mind you, although this is a timeless reading, it is in what, December 12th or December 13th, 2025. And we've been getting readings about people trying to destiny swap, people working and making offerings to demons, evil energies, the gang stalking people, trying to destiny swap, harvest energies. So basically, the Holy Spirit is saying, for a lot of you guys, you could have been experiencing catastrophes recently, okay, if not yesterday, today, whatever the case may be, whatever season you're in while watching this. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Okay, put yourself inside of the story as you see fit. So let's get into it. Now, put yourself inside the story if you know that you've been sending energies, dark magic, dark spells, right? Or been doing some underhanded things in general, no matter like if it's in a work setting, love setting, whatever the case may be, right? You just may not know it's the term for black magic. However, doing underhanded shit like that, definitely. Okay. We have the Star card in reverse, Aquarius energy. All right, so it looks like having a hard time healing here, having a hard time, it's like pushing through, using the energy that you have left and just trying to like really harness that the best that you can and pushing on through here. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You could feel like your finances is not really where you want to be, or things is just not, moving at all. You could feel like there's an area or multiple areas of your life where things have just came to either a pause or it slowed down compared to maybe where it was. And that has to deal with what you have been going through and overcoming and so on and so forth. Okay, when it comes to this energy, this coven, this secret society, using dark magic and or just doing underhanded things to try to block and stop you. okay, which has been unfair to say the least, justice in reverse, right? And it's just like, it could be also just family members, right? If you're around people, period, that is unaware of how they treat others and so on and so forth, you can't heal in an environment that is not conducive for you, right? So tell me a little bit more here. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this is someone or a group here that tried to um wow, okay, so I looked at the bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles here. So something was supposed to come to you, or they were supposed to share something, share some information, or and somebody didn't, right? So it's kind of giving like whatever they were supposed to share with you, whatever they were supposed to do or give you, in whatever capacity this is, it was the wheel was gonna you were gonna be able to use this to turn the wheel towards your purpose, towards your healing, right? You being able to rest, you being able to be and feel seen, right? And use your voice and speak up and so on and so forth. Well, it looks like, yeah, you were supposed to be given something, and you were going to be able to use it to build, to um take care of yourself, right? And I'm gonna be very honest, because God can give promises and people can still be, able to do certain things. It may not be exactly what you want to do, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to be at the bottom of the barrel. It's kind of given like, you would have had just enough, or to be able to pay your bills comfortably, live comfortably, build comfortably, whatever the case may be, as you're waiting on the big kahuna, the promise, right? Well, the thing, and you've been working hard here. Look at that with the Ten of Wands here. Okay. But it looks like here with the Queen of Wands, regardless of gender energy here, this energy tampered with what was supposed to be given to you. Okay, if this hasn't been given to you already, spiritually, physically, whatever have you here. Okay. And ultimately, Eight of Wands in reverse here, there was no movement forward here. Things could have came to a halt. Again, a pause. You didn't see this coming. Okay, some of you guys, whoever this is here that you're dealing with, tried to manipulate things at the very beginning. So you guys really never got to see, if this was a business for you, you never really got to see your true numbers when it comes to your social media views, right? Your dashboard, your analytics. The Holy Spirit is saying you really haven't seen your true clientele base. You really haven't seen, because there's been demonic interference. Okay, there's been demonic interference in your love life. There's been demonic interference in your finances. There's been demonic interference. I'm hearing it like multiple areas of your life here. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And yeah, oh my gosh, all this stagnant energy. Six of Swords in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse. Shit, we saw the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, you guys really could have felt like, oh my gosh, God, like, what's going on? Right? Really not what. So they could have been trying to blind you. So for those of you guys that's been dealing with someone who is spiritually inclined, with they use their gifts for the dark side, they could have been trying to do like blinding spells to blind you to what they were trying to do, as far as sending the unaliving type of black magic, the shut up black magic and all the rest of that shit, in order to try to stop whatever you had going here for yourself, right? And that was wrong. That was bogus. They was trying to like, I'm hearing, kill your destiny, kill your purpose, unalive your purpose. Sorry, YouTube. Okay, this was like a horrible. I'm hearing they hate themselves, so they take it out on others. Okay, so this person or people have yep, Nine of Cups in reverse. So because they are unhappy with themselves and how things are going and turned out, it's like they're taking it out on you. They're projecting. That doesn't make it right, but it's giving you some answers here. Okay, we have the Emperor here. So we major arcanas here, right? The Star card, Aquarius energy, Emperor, Aries, Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius, Piscean vibes. Okay. Um, even if you, so I know this is a Capricorn chosen one channel, so we all have different areas. So, like for example, I'm a Capricorn, but I was watching Pisces yesterday because my storyline was playing out in Pisces energy. Okay, so just a quick little teaching session on how to watch collective readings. Okay, because everything is connected, planets as well that are constantly evolving. And so when they get in these, positions and shit, and they go through this shift, that can have your story, more of your storyline can play out in another zodiac sign. Okay, so pay attention to the titles of the readings and everything. Okay, so just a little snippet there. So you already have been getting inklings about this. Your intuition has been high about this, having a love come in for you. Okay, yeah, having a love come in for you, having abundance come in for you. um this offer here, someone could have, whoever this is here, could have tried to make an offer, or they want to make an offer, but it doesn't look like you want to take it. Okay, because of them being previously cold before. Queen of Cups energy, and I always say the Queen of Cups energy in reverse, bitch energy, regardless of gender. Okay, or what you identify as. Yeah, because they're trying to keep this cycle open, because keeping this cycle open, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this energy has not planted any good seeds. Okay, we've talked about this before. So because this is coming up again, the Holy Spirit is basically saying, hey, they're doing this again for the same reasons. Okay. However, God is aware and God's hand is involved with maneuvering things. Okay. Um, they didn't plant any seeds, so they're trying to live off of you, which is also in the title too, right? As their motive, hidden motive for doing that, trying to shut you up because maybe you know too much about them, too many secrets about them, right? That could get them caught up, or whatever the case may be, right? So they're trying to use different tactics to scare you, threaten you, is what I'm getting. Shut you up, period, so that nobody can find out the truth. And I'm hearing so that they can blame shit on you, or this is what they've been doing, or take it out, resonates here. Okay. um but that's you know that's, it sucks. But this energy's motive here, because once this cycle closes out, it's a wrap. It's already a wrap. Okay, they could have an illness that they're dealing with here, Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they can't get any rest. And they feel sick about you getting a new beginning, being in your power. So you being in your power makes them sick, makes them unhappy. What? Whoever this is, this family member, parent, sibling, lover, friend, co-worker, business partner, or you, them, whatever side of the story you're on, somebody being in their power makes the other energy or energies, if this is a group or organization, secret society, sick. Okay. And I'm also getting an example. So I've talked a lot on both channels, Billy Ghost Prophetic Vessel and Down Spiritual Guidance. I've talked a lot about um dark, like psychic surgeries, and the importance of removing entity attachments, right? Removing those dark implants and imprints and so on and so forth, and how that can really impact you in the physical realm, right? When those things are attached to your astral body, your metaphysical bodies and such, right? Well, when we get clearings, right? Whatever clearing you decide to do, if you decide to go to a Reiki practitioner, if you decide to take a spiritual bath, if you decide whatever method that you decide to do, if you some people get candle work. And candle magic doesn't always mean black magic, because if you get like a clearing type of candle service, that's clearing black magic off of you, which is a positive thing. Just like you get in the shower, you cleanse the dirt off of you that you collected during the day, right? It's black magic when someone is sending the black magic to you. There's a difference between clearing and sending. All right. So when you cleanse that negative energy off of you, when it doesn't stick to you, you cleanse it off, right? Especially if you're using like a metaphysical type of vehicle that really sends that cleanse that energy and sends it on back. Well, like I said, anyone who steals someone else's energy that is not theirs, and the people person or whatever finds out and they start getting clearings and so on and so forth, they're taking their energy back. That's a form of taking their energy back. Okay. And so with that being said, um, what the other energy who stole from you used to build, buy, get, connect with, starts to crumble. When you start taking your energy back, whatever they used your energy for starts crumbling, right? So, in essence, if they used your energy, like if, let's say, for example, if they used a beauty spell to, I don't know, fix up some blemishes of theirs, child, let's say you find out and you start taking your energy back by clearing and doing, what God leads you to do, then their blemishes is going to start coming back. And if not worse, because one is black magic. Two, if it doesn't stick, it's going to come back double twice. Three, you're going to get karma for even using it in the first place, right? Because you have every right to cleanse yourself. You have no right to steal. Universal law here, whether you believe in it or not. Okay. So with that being said, that makes sense. These energies that sat here and played in your energy, stole your energy. Everybody's getting sick. Everybody is having some sort of ailment, whether that's by STD, cancer, you name it, whatever it is, they're getting sick because I'm hearing backfire. Return to sender. The Holy Spirit is allowing everything that they sat here and did to you behind the scenes, that they was trying to keep you from knowing and finding out and trying to keep their hands clean and all the rest of the stuff. It's being done to them tenfold here. Okay. They work. For some of you guys, you suffered. You had to work hard as hell unnecessarily. Not that you wasn't going to put in, not that you wasn't going to put in hard work, but you probably put in double time to try to beat off this energy, right? That you didn't know was going on for some of you, right? So this is gonna make up for this. And let me tell you, you working hard and the stuff like that, get off my neck. We got a porter back here, so I'll feel them. So if see, took what the fuck I was gonna say. Anyway, so yeah, that's why you don't want to be with this energy. These energies, you don't want to go back to this job. You don't want to stay with this family member. You don't want to have anything to do with whoever this is, this lover, this friend, or they don't want to have anything to do with you. Okay. And to be honest, this is not an energy that needs to be around you anyway, because you know what's popping up? SpongeBob. So this is an episode. I think it's called Plankton's Good Eye or some shit. Now, this is an episode where, of course, because we all know who our SpongeBob, Plankton is always trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Okay. Why? Because he's trying to get his business pop off, because he feel like he don't have what it takes to, like, nobody likes the taste of chum, right? Because his restaurant is about chum. Nobody seems to like the chum. Every time have seen an episode of people eating chum, like, they just don't like it. So ever since, he's been trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula from Mr. Krabs because he has a successful business, right? Well, and that doesn't make it right, but this is what he does. And takes pride in doing it. Okay? So in this particular episode, his computer wife, Karen, he's like, man, he's sad because he's sitting up here like, man, he really want to steal this Krabby Patty formula. Now, mind you, he's sad because he wants to steal it. He's not sad because he doesn't want to steal. His computer wife, Karen, is over here hyping him up, saying, you got it going on. You could do, baby, like, you could do it. You're evil. Okay. So in this essence here, whoever this group or this person was, they did not have sound guidance. If not, they had people that was hyping them up to do this stuff. I'm hearing like minds. Birds of a feather flock together in this sense. Okay. They took pride in being evil and doing the things that they were doing. okay, and getting and reaping this fake benefit, okay, while you was over here in a struggle, or vice versa, whatever side of the story that you were on here, okay. um I'm here trying to live a life of freedom off of somebody else's currency. Trying to live a life of freedom off of somebody else's currency, okay? So if you seeing somebody else out there, you know they stole your energy to manifest whatever they have, understand that that's your shit, okay? They wouldn't have it if it wasn't for you. It's and or others that they have stole energy from the manifest. Because remember, because going back to the SpongeBob story, Plankton did not have, I don't want to say he didn't have what it takes. He was not thinking, oh, let me sell something else other than fucking charm that I shouldn't have to steal from fucking crab, from the what's that, Krusty Krab, right? So when it comes to that episode, he comes up with this plan to get like develop a eye, right? So he's going through all this trial and error processes, and it just wasn't working out with his own eye. So Karen comes up with this idea of, hey, you basically, you need to make another eye, but you need the person's DNA of that, of said eye, to make this double eye, because you know Plankton only has one. So he goes and makes SpongeBob purposely cry, okay, so he could get his tears and use his energy to steal the Krabby Patty formula. So for some of you, so going back to this reading here as a chosen one Capricorn reading, right? Timeless reading. Some of y'all were around energies who purposely made you feel bad, purposely provoked you, or is doing so, whatever season you're watching this, because every time they do that, they're able to get a tear, right? So what Plankton did, he pulled out his little bottle cap, and when SpongeBob was crying, he collected the drops. He collected the tears, a bottle full of tears that looked like a bottle of water, right? So he could use for his little experiment, okay? So in this case, he is, I'm sorry, I'm hearing noise. So it distracted me. So in this case, he used the teardrops, right? Karen did the little procedure, whatever. So he grew the eye, and the eye looks different from his eye, right? Because it's SpongeBob's eye. Now, when you look at it as a destiny swap type of setting, he was using his eye because he didn't have the good currency that he needed, right? So he used SpongeBob, but he didn't ask SpongeBob's permission. He slick manipulated SpongeBob, which that's black magic, right? You slick did that so you could do some underhanded shit that wasn't for good. Even though he didn't use that as a term, that's what that is. And so, harvesting energy, right? So SpongeBob could have got sleepy that day. It wasn't because he was getting naturally tired, but because somebody was harvesting his energy. That happens to y'all a lot. Y'all wonder why, what's going on with your energy, because somebody's siphoning it. Not just because you ain't got sleep, or it could be a contributing factor, but sometimes it's more than just what meets the naked eye. And so, with that being said, Plankton, like, with this eye, it starts to like change his like DNA structure a little bit, okay? A little bit, to the point where he forgot that the intention of him even stealing the SpongeBob's DNA to get this eye was because he was trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula, right? He actually, in route of trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula, he ended up doing a good deed instead of the bad deed he was doing because of the eye, right? So Mr. Krabs saw Plankton doing a good deed, and Mr. Krabs was like, "What? I can't believe you didn't steal. I can't believe. Oh, actually. I think it was him giving Mr. Krabs the Krabby formula, Krabby Patty formula, something like that. And he was like Mr. Krabs, I'm surprised you didn't steal it. I'm surprised you didn't, try to do something. And Plankton was like, oh, it's this cursed eye, right? Now, SpongeBob's energy, we already know, is good, it's playful, it's bubbly, imaginative, it's just all the things that's like happiness, right? Now, we know that's good. However, for Plankton, who loves to be evil, it wasn't good for him, right? For some of y'all, this is the exact opposite. Y'all have an eye, right? So use the context to where you're not necessarily cursed per se, but also because you have this eye, in whatever way, shape, or form this is for you, living with you, being connected to you, having sex with you, working with you, whatever. You're not getting what you deserve here. You keep, experiencing hardships that you're not supposed to experience, or to the degree, right? It's like, we've had this written before, that song, Jagged Edge or something, you my good luck charm. This is not a good luck charm. This is a bad charm. Okay? Because somebody really tried to stop you, or they got a group involved, okay? And then remember, because I'm going to tie everything together. It's not, in some cases, it's not just them. They working together with dark galactic beings. So imagine you don't just have people. You got principalities too, steady watching behind the scenes, behind the veil, trying to see what you're doing, relaying the messages so they can figure out how to, wondering why you trying to take steps forward and ain't shit getting off the ground, or barely. This why. Okay? And as like a side message in a sense. Ooh. It's like a side message in a sense. I'm being guided to say about the spiritual warfare plague, the rapture. That in the rapture part two, there's a lot of people that already have this. There's a lot of people that already, like, they have it. You guys may have similar and or different symptoms, but this is a contributing factor as to why you are experiencing what you are experiencing. Okay, now before we get into this deck, guys, look, if you are interested and you want to add a deck to your collection, feel free to purchase what they got to say. This is a Soulmate Twin Flame and Karmic Connections Oracle deck. Okay, I've used this deck several times on this channel and our other channel, Downward Spiritual Guidance. Okay, you can feel free to subscribe to that channel and or our other social media sites. The link is in the description box. All right, we also have another one that is the same. Okay, We Need to Talk is a Twin Flame Soulmate Karmic Oracle deck. You can use it in any situations: career, love, platonic, romantic, okay, general. All right, if you need something to take notes in, these are on Amazon. Okay, the link to purchase these journals are in the description box here. Okay, again, created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. All right, so if you know you have a hard time remembering your dreams and you need to write something down, go ahead. Okay, the link for these are in the description box. Please stop rushing me. It's like when you already wasn't gonna do it. All right, here we go. Small steps, the small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Okay, so the Holy Spirit is basically saying, like, while you are, like, the Holy Spirit is acknowledging, like, you have been going through the wire, okay? Like, you suffering agony. Like, okay, guys, You are overcoming the valley of the shadow of death. And that's spiritual plague, the rapture. That's a part of the purification purge process. But that does not mean that it's pretty and that it feels good. Okay. The Holy Spirit wants you to acknowledge your accomplishments, really hone in on that because that means something. Celebrate the small wins, even if it doesn't match the description of exactly what you wanted, okay? Right? Because there's a lot of things that we've been going through that we shouldn't have. All right? Hang in there, guys. On your own, it's time to take some alone time. Be single to get a new perspective. So you guys may be, moving someplace on your own, okay? Getting your own place, or separating from a relationship, a job, okay? Going into something new here. All right. Yeah. Where these small steps have left you. Yeah, clear the path. Clear the path. So you guys could have been working on closing out cycles to bring whatever this is in here. Embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to discover and grow from the revelations to come here. Yeah. So you guys are stepping on a new path, a new timeline here. This is what has come in after all of this heartache and heartbreak, suffering, and loss here. Eclipse of concealment. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelation. So yeah, you guys have been in like a painful waiting season for a lot of you here. It's like Book of Job on steroids, right? Type of issues. Ooh, that's like excruciating pain, guys. I'm so sorry. Embrace the potential. I ain't even gonna stun. Listen, I was screaming in agony yesterday because the suffering was so bad. Being in the spiritual valley of the shadow of death. Okay. And listen, I ain't too good to talk about have a few self-disclosures. That's a part of being the healer. How the hell motherfuckers gonna, feel like they not alone if they don't know what's going on? Right? So um I'm ranked and I'm right there with you. Okay. And I'm a ordained minister, certified spiritual life coach, certified metaphysical practitioner, tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, Akashic record reader, clearer, psychic surgeon. I have a waiting list. If you would like to add yourself to the waiting list to receive any of those services, please feel free to email me. The email is in the description box, or if you just have any questions, okay? All right. So yeah, explore an abundance of opportunities with an open mind. Answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. Okay, so this new path, this clearing here, this clearing the way. See, remember we said at the beginning of this reading, the Holy Spirit is aware of what's going on and is working on something. Yeah. So this is that abundance here. This is that getting out of that Five of Pentacle energy, right? Or no pinnacle energy, because like the only pinnacles that's out here so far is the Knight of Pentacles, and that bitch is in reverse. Okay. And hell no. So you all can feel like I'm here. It's hard out here for a pimp. God said you're either there or you're almost there. Keep going. Okay. All right. Yeah, roots of stability. So somebody could have put roots on you for some of you guys. Okay. Ground yourself in what some of you guys need to ground yourself. All right. So like when people are doing these type of spells, these shut up spells, these beauty or death or whatever, unalive, sorry, financial, whatever the case, whatever they targeting, or multiple things, especially if they doing it themselves and paying people at the same time, you know, that's enough to drive anybody crazy, right? That's enough because that's a lot of dark energy. But remember, that's the intention of what they want to do. But this is the energy that's throwing a wrecking hot in their hand. So that's why the Holy Spirit is saying with that SpongeBob episode, this energy or these energies, when they are with you, when they are around you, you being connected to them, you lose shit. You don't get shit. Not what you're supposed to because of the shit that they do. Of the bad energy they attract. They can't even attract it for themselves. Remember, going back to SpongeBob, Plankton could, and again, if Plankton would just sit there and stop trying to steal shit and just focus on himself and go through some trial and error like Mr. Krabs did when it comes to figuring out a fucking formula, you can figure some shit out for yourself too. It may not be chum, it may be something different, right? So Same thing with them. Instead of them trying to figure out what they need to do for their path and purpose and heal, no, they decided to target you. But that wasn't fair. And God is clearing the path of these blockages that they tried to put in your path here with these roots. Okay, to try to keep you, I'm here and keep you bound to them, so that every time you work, they get a fraction of that energy and opportunities go to them that's supposed to come to you. No, that's not. So when you clear any of those opportunities that they were able to harness off of your energy, they lose them, or some shit start going on, and then they may start thinking, oh, but they must be doing black magic on me. No, that's people taking their power back by getting clearings. And because the energy was never yours to begin with, everything you used it for is crumbling because it was built on false stability, shit that wasn't yours to begin with. Okay, so be mindful, guys. Some of you guys, you're wondering like why you having a hard time moving, shaking, rattling, rolling. It's because in some cases somebody tried to put some roots on you. You wondering why you trying to use your voice, something's going on with it. Somebody tried to shut you up, tried to do a freeze spill, tried to freeze you from doing shit in some way, shape, or form. And engaging in health. So in a lighter sense of this card, engaging in healthy coping skills to help ground you, and engaging in different metaphysical practices that the Holy Spirit approves of for you, right? To cleanse your energy. It's what's being suggested right now, right? As you are, for some of you guys, as you are waiting for God to finish up any last tidbits, okay? Or as you guys are moving on into this abundant type of energy here. All right. This is what is being suggested, okay? Yeah, because like nobody wants to be in a waiting season of pain, you know? But also pay attention to the lessons you're learning in that season as well, so you can apply them as wisdom. All right, here we go. Oh, what is this? Yeah, faith, hope, peace. So God is saying, keep the faith. Easier said than done when you are, tired of going through what you're going through. Because that's what it's giving, like, baby, I'm ready to throw in the towel. This is what this giving. Don't do it. Don't do it. Make adjustments. If you can't dedicate, for example, 80% to whatever you've been doing, because shipping rough, you can only dedicate maybe like 10%, then dedicate 10% until shit start looking up. Okay, make adjustments. If you a content creator and you used to posting every day, multiple times a day, and you feel like you ain't got the energy to do that because of whatever circumstance, okay, post 3 times out of the week. Better than not posting at all. Right? Do what you focus on, what you can do, not what you can't. All right. Accountability. Yeah, this is an energy. They don't want to take accountability for their actions. You need people around you only that take accountability for their actions. Because whatever this is here that the Holy Spirit is giving you, it's going to be very dangerous to have people who don't do that. Okay? Very dangerous. Okay? Holy Spirit in reverse, finances. So, yeah, this is like blasphemy here. Twin flame in reverse. So, for some of you guys, this was your twin flame. Like your actual twin flame that became a false flame because they did not ascend in divine energy. Okay, for some of you guys, this was never a twin flame. This was a false catalytic energy, and they was fucking with your finances so that they could get a come up. Okay, wealth, gratitude, abundance, survival. They pretended to be they pretended to love God. They pretended to be about God just so they can get on your good side, just so they could, I'm hearing, try to play you, try to finesse you. Yeah, this was very reckless. Yeah, they was being reckless, reactive, abusive, poor decisions, careless. You or someone that you're dealing with is not paying attention to how their negative behaviors are impacting a specific person and or community. So they ain't give a fuck what they had to do to steal from you. Is in other words. They care now because this karma that they're getting is so bad, it's fucking them up. Because these type of people, they can dish it, but they can't take it. And it's eating them alive. But this is the karma that they dish for themselves. Remember, we saw 7 of Pentacles in reverse. They didn't reap a harvest. That's why they try to bind themselves to you. or bind you to them however. But you, okay, so for another suggestion, some of you guys, you need a specific clearing, you need an unbinding. Okay? You need to unbind it. And now I'm gonna tell you something. For some of you guys, if this is a group or if this is a person and they crazed, you need to learn how to do unbindings and implement them multiple times a week. Okay? When you're dealing with energies and you don't have things in, you can't control people that decide to do that shit. Right? So what you can do is learn how to do unbindings from someone that you trust, that is of love and light. Okay? Oh, because it's a form of a clearing, right? Not putting it on, clearing it off. There's a difference, right? Ask the Holy Spirit what prayers will He guide you to use to remove the energy and so on and so forth, right? You always want to work with the Holy Spirit, okay, in union, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, yeah, this a fallen angel, chosen one in reverse, okay? Yeah. That's tried to paint illusions over you so you couldn't see what they was doing, how they was stealing, all of this shit. All of this shit. Right? Them trying to delete you so that they could keep your destiny, so they could keep your purpose, right? Because they didn't have their own identity, because they didn't have their own good juju to use as spiritual currency to manifest what they needed to manifest in the physical for them and theirs, right? Like, so no. And this is and going back to that SpongeBob episode, this is an energy that took pride in doing evil. They took pride in doing this shit to you, whatever this is for you. They took pride in spiritually bullying or physically bullying you. They took pride in stealing from you. They took pride in abusing you. They took pride in cheating on you. They took pride in, I'm here making your life a living hell because theirs was a living hell. I'm here and trying to humble you. So I'm hearing because they ship stopped, they was trying to stop yours. And I'm hearing they was jealous and envious that you had the good seeds to attract the opportunities that you needed for your business or for your household or for your whatever that is for you, and that they did it because they treated, unless you really have a whole lot of curses, that you have to clear. Nobody's perfect. So for you to really not have that good juju to manifest, even if it's a smidge, God can really work with you. That means you really was out here treating people like shit. Okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm finna go over to my, and we finna do because catch me on Don Juan channel, okay, guys? So you need a clearing. What's this say? Free to move. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. Yeah. So y'all free. Y'all free to go. The path is clear. Okay. Now, depending upon what season you're in, the Holy Spirit is letting you know He's clearing the path. Okay. And this is what's coming here. You to be free to move. Okay. So you don't have to deal with this energy. So you can enjoy your blessings. You have to deal with this motherfucking thief. Okay, this motherfucking thief in the night, this swiping, no swiping. Okay, in whatever way, in the spirit realm, in the physical realm. Okay, you can actually enjoy what the hell the Holy Spirit gives. And the Holy Spirit don't want them to be attached to you, right? Binded to you. He giving you these blessings and then they benefit from it and they out here being a tyrant, a menace to society. No. That's why y'all have to drop this energy like a bad habit. Or if you already have and it's just, and God is finishing up some things, because you can do what you can do, right? And other things that's out of your control, God has to handle. And some of y'all been in a waiting season where you did what you could do and you waiting on God to do what you couldn't do, right? What's out of your control, right? You do what's in your control. God does what's out of your control. So for a lot of you guys here, you're free to go. You're free to go. Okay. For some of you guys, you need to remove the roots so you can be free to go. Okay. Y'all need to learn how to clear roots. Y'all need to learn. Okay. Because when you get this blessing, if you haven't gotten it already, with whatever side of the story, with whatever season you're in while watching this, you're gonna have to learn how to protect yourself spiritually from those that like to do this underhanded shit spiritually. Okay. So So that's what we got for you guys. Keep the hope alive here. Looks like the path is clear for you for this financial wealth, this generational wealth, this financial freedom. Okay, freedom's on the way. Thank you all for your love and support here. It's truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions.